First match of the baccpaBrawl, number 4 for Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves. We got Ryuki on the rock versus CastKenneth on the Kain. I'm baccpack, and I'm joined by the one and only Patriarch Panda.
Yeah, how we doing, lads? We're going to be having a fun matchup, a war matchup. You've got Big Man Ryuki versus CastKenneth, Kane versus Rock, uncle and nephew. And it does appear we're good to off to a good start. Ryuki having to hold some defense now. Good catches overall, but what a chase with the throw. CastKenneth got the corner, went for the Raging Storm, and that's going to be a punish. CastKenneth does have the mirror to work with, but it's not enough to kill. But it is a very nice chip out scenario you can go for. Jab confirm. CastKenneth going to be taking that first round. Pretty solid showing, even baiting that super as well.
Yeah, that was a fantastic read on the super. Let it be known that that absolutely would have killed had they had more rev gauge. So they recognized that they were going to overheat, so they went for a limited combo and then had the Oki ready to close out the round.
Oi, nice catch with the EXs. Able to knock him out of the SPG, that is the main goal. And just like you're on the offense, went for the low, well defended. Oh, but that flash kick break from CastKenneth going to lead to some chunky damage. Up to keep it simple, but you know, 40%, pretty solid.
Nice combo here, sets it up, and we're actually going to see a roll forward into the mash, so Rock finds a knockdown of their own, jumps in, finds the hit, nice and easy confirm, and they should be able to build the bar here. Actually, no, I take that back. Not going to have enough meter gain for the very end, gets caught with the DP, now it's time to beat his game, wakes up, goes for the reversal, avoids the strike throw. Really nice play there. We're going to see a final round in game number 1.
And mad thing to know as well, Ryuki's combo game, he went for the optimal rock round, which is very difficult. You link in one of the EX like power dunk like moves in the combo way later on. Kind of a difficult link, and the fact that Ryuki's got that, it's quite nutty. Goes for low, Rimpukin, keeping it cool, keeping it calm, sending out the Shimpukins. Opting to go for a projectile like game plan, wait for CastKenneth to approach.
CastKenneth is clearly, by the way, not going for his own game plan. They're trying to play that grounded game, especially so when they were so close to overheat. But now that they're in overheat, they're just looking to stall. Well, I imagine we're going to see more fireballs from here, which is exactly what we will see. We're down to 70% of the overheat, but now Rock's taking a turn. You're going to have to play perfectly. Gets caught with the air, Jashin for the throw. Overhead represented with the wake-up super will keep CastKenneth alive. They're going to have to stall for another 15 seconds or so to get out of it, but gets caught with the X aerial fireball. And Ryuki will take game number 1.
That aerial fireball is an absolute menace, right?
Absolutely.
Never mind a matchup where your character can do somewhat well into it, right? Like can do somewhat well, he can challenge it. But that EX variant is basically just a free neutral fireball that's very hard to interrupt. It's a very hard to interrupt fireball. The best thing you can do
and
is
we're
throw
gonna
it
see
one.
confirm off it as well, so strong. Finds the reverse DP there, backs off, re-engages, gets caught by the rev blow, sets up the cross-up blow, but this time ready with the DP, challenges, no confirm, perfectly timed rev blow, perfectly timed counter hit, able to get the full confirm here, up to 80% rev gauge, and so you're gonna have to slow it down a bit in terms of using the meter. And that's exactly what we're gonna see, a super confirm to keep it ultra safe. Ryuki is now on set point.
Round 2.
Solid confirm with that shining knuckle. Ryuki looking pretty confident as they rush in with that close heavy kick, but I have to keep it cool.
What a
crosses!
jump.
Oh, I thought that was a cross up. That was just a well put jump, and what a rev blow on the normal. Able to get a solid punish, but they have to try and take the ground. CastKenneth just kind of being patient. You see that backpack?
Yeah,
just kind of
very
waiting.
patient on the defense right now. So much so that Ryuki is getting an opportunity to take multiple turns. Big jump in, able to confirm into the super here, but that overheat is still something you're going to have to work with. Tries to overextend, but gets called out by the super in the first gap. DP, trapping Rock back into the corner, mashes out while you're worried about the reversal. Speaking of reversal, comes right back at you. Both of these players right now are using a ton of reversal. Tries to backdash to get away, but gets called out by the EX Lariat. Easy confirm, and Ryuki will take the set 2-0. Final match of top 8 winners. We've got Lokof on the Marco versus Liquido on the Billy Kane. Now, Liquido got 3rd place last week, I believe, with that Billy Kane, and Lokof in our first baccpaBrawl, I believe, got 4th or 6th.
Overall, just a treat to watch, and you're seeing it right now. Bro is on the aggression. Look how non-stop he's been this entire set. Like, he's been on the aggression with the karate. Oh, good block. punish.
Gets forced into the
Uriah.
overheat there with that super, but definitely still has that positional advantage as you're trapped in the corner. Denies the jump. Great block, finds the Hibino, confirmed, staggering over and over again, finds the counter with the fireball, has an opportunity for another turn, jumps out of the corner, and this is not over. Liquid has the meter advantage, obviously, but now has that positional, that screen advantage. Marco slowly descending to the corner, gets caught with the anti-air, forced into the overheat, and now the meter is looking rough. And so Lokof capitalizes with the lariat, takes the round.
And something mental to keep note of there. Liquid is opting for a jump back, and you gotta keep in mind what happens when you're in overheat. You cannot just defend in the air. Lokof played through that and just approach him. What a heckin' form.
Well, that answers our question.
Yeah,
do you remember we talked about that? We're like, I wonder if meaty rev blow is good against like supers or reversals.
Well, no, I said is it good against DPs, not supers. I know it's not good against supers. Rev blow though, against DPs, maybe an option indeed. Oi, oi, oi. Nice, you got the corner. Liquid went for the overhead. Unfortunately, couldn't connect with the throw. And now Lokof with the offense, looking like a Dragon Ball FighterZ characters with those jump-ins. My God.
I'm wondering why we're seeing so many jabs and then not confirmed afterwards, because Lokof's getting a lot of these, and I know they're good enough to confirm them. So they're choosing to just keep those plus frames as opposed to going for a special cancel and finding a soft knockdown.
Yeah. You know what? It could be like you're already in the mentality of offense. It's very hard to confirm those jabs. You know what I mean? So like maybe that's what's going on. I don't know.
It's hard to say it's not confirmable when we're seeing like 4 jabs though. Like at that point, it's like, God, you can confirm these. At this point, you're choosing not to. Big jump in. Okay, that time you were just hard committed to going for that take throw. Great block. Wow. I've not seen that option before. They actually staggered into a micro dash rev blow, and it did work.
Oh yeah. Dude, this reminds me of me and your sets, bro. Anytime I'm on defense, what am I ripping? At DP, bro.
Drive impact situation. Nice feint, start up, and that should be the round. Lokof is on set point.
Yo, Lokof, give us a cheeky taunt.
No.
Do you think he would?
Can't.
Do you think he would?
You wouldn't.
Surely. Oh my God.
Oh, we're still ready to dance here. And I think we can cash out here because you. Oh, okay, never mind. We are going to see the super cash out just to get the damage in, but now you're putting your opponent in SPG, which obviously is a little spooky.
Oh, indeed. You don't want to be stuck in that scenario where you have to guess against it, but bro does not give a damn. Those wake up DPs coming out in bunches with those punches, but a good rev blow from Liquid and get some solid damage as they rip the revs, just letting it rev up. Oy.
Blocking a lot right now. 20% just from blocking and getting hit. Playing out that spacing, finds the hit. That's the round. And Liquid, this is a must-win round if they want to keep their winner's side tournament alive.
It makes you beg the question, how's it going to work out? How's Liquid... Jesus. I was about to say, how's Liquid going to approach? How's Liquid going to approach? But nah, that DP, bro. You got to beat that. That's the thing to beat. Zangatskin. Good block.
That's...
Sorry.
Okay.
Right, so you want to know something interesting about those kicks?
What?
They're fairly safe, right? But he can cancel it into rev blow. So it's a mental tally of like, does he rev blow or does he not, right? Do I throw him or do I wait and block and then take a turn?
Gotcha.
So that's what he's representing there, which is nasty.
That makes sense. That makes sense. So even though it's your turn, you might not want to play into it immediately because you're basically signaling to your opponent that you will get counter hit if they do the rev blow. We're going to see that here again. Obviously no SPG available, but the spacing is going to be perfect. Finds the hit, confirms into the super, and Lokof takes the set 2-0.
Right. Heading in to a losers top 8 match. We're going to be getting back to winners semis, but for now we're going to go into losers top 8. Get this match out of the way. It's Grandino versus Robert. Robert, of course, in Hokutomaru, up against Billy Kane. And
it's
going to be a very...
Bit of lore. Last week, Robert got 2nd place in this tournament. And so they're looking for that run back. They're looking to take it this time around. And they're doing it from the loser side. So definitely going to be quite a long run if they want to make it happen.
It can be a difficult ride indeed. Of course, Grandino already baiting your super. Remember last time where we saw the Just Defends on that? Oh my God. Nice.
The Just Defends are always such a treat to watch. It just looks so hype. Oh, jumps over, tries to go for the double jump, but actually denies themselves the punish because of it. Backs off, respecting that big normal. Stays in. Dash under. Does it again, this time with the EX for the frame trap. Locking it down. Is it enough of the super? I believe so, and it is. Grandino will take the first round.
Solid kill. It does appear that Grandino had a slight miscalculation earlier with their combo, unfortunately dropped it, but made up for it in that round. But gonna get thrown here as Robert's on the offense, goes for another throw. Well teched, not gonna get thrown yet again. But that corner's in play, and Hokutomaru, aggressive play, no punish on the super. Okay, interesting indeed.
Oh, great spacing right now on the normals. Very nice hit and hit confirm. We saw that a couple times last week as well. The Billy Kane's really strong single hit confirms or double hit.
Oh yeah, you can certainly confirm a lot of tools, either up the lights or up the heavies, straight into super, and it does a ton of damage.
No
That's a very
way.
good super.
Yeah, that super was straight up. They walked forward, inputted the super, and actually hit Hokutomaru in the corner. Ends it out with the air-to-air, and Grandino will take game number 1.
I just look confident. Also, like the fit, reminds me of Dante a wee bit with the Devil May Cry 5 colors, a bit darker, you know, a bit darker. But heading into the next one, we're about to see how this continues. Does Grandino take the lead with a clean 2? Oh! Is Robert going to bring it back? Already off to a decent start with these light confirms. Robert trying to rush in, gets the cross up, gets a decent throw, and Grandino still got a tiny bit of SPG.
Excellent.
Going to utilize it.
Yeah, on the very last limit of their SPG, and right there, they're actually going to lose it. Hokutomaru going to have a big advantage now moving forward, being the only person that can represent Rev Blow, as well as getting that extra 10% damage on any future hits that we see. We're going to see the run under once again, but this time ready for the back throw. Stays in, EX for the plus frames, tries to back off, but gets caught. Sets up the shuriken, huge jump in, but we're not going to see the reward that we really want from a jump in there. Speaking of which, we find it, dash in, throw, dash it again, but this time, ready for the shimmy. Robert with the conditioning, able to take the round.
Shimmy, shimmy, yeah, I like that. That was a good play. Does appear that we're going to be going for something else to know is that they both went for early SPG, and I can see why it's useful, right? The damage is definitely going to be higher.
Wow. That was kind of nasty.
Oh yeah, absolutely love it. Not only is it an overhead, but you're also messing with lows and throws, so getting someone to do a wake up throw, maybe for a throw tech, is a good idea. It was pretty nice from Grandino, but they're in the corner, goes for the super escape the corner. No just defense from Robert, gonna cost them.
Yeah, that's a really good super for people jumping into you in the corner. That usually does beat a lot of reversals, but not that one. You actually do have to go for the JDs in the air if you want to stay alive, but obviously Robert unable to do it there, but will be able to end the combo with the super, tying up the set 1-1.
Looking pretty good for Robert, right?
Absolutely.
Stuck in that one. Gave Grandino no space to really play with. And it makes you wonder, as the set goes on, will Grandino mix up a bit of their zoning game plan, or are they going to look out for more teleport, or are they going to get more aggressive?
Oh, yeah, really aggressive from what we're seeing.
Aggression.
Absolutely. Grandino, when they get aggressive, I mean, clearly it's very difficult for Hokutomaru to deal with, but they are able to use their several aerial options to make it tricky to deal with. And now Hokutomaru has the advantage, jumps over the anti-air, able to get that wild punish, a great starter here.
Getting off the lights, getting some decent damage. Goes for the throw, needs one more interaction, could go for another throw, and there it is. Throws out the shuriken, gets the kill. And Robert is on set point. A complete flip of what we saw earlier. It appears that Hokutomaru might be the one to continue on and unfortunately knock out Billy Kane and Grandino. Oi.
Try to go for that shimmy again, but this time Grandino ready to mash. Didn't want to hold that situation. Stays in with the EX. And fantastic blocks there from Robert. Gets caught with the super. Stays on that same side. Once again, goes for that fuzzy throw, and it will be baited. Hokutomaru should be able to cash out here. Can end with the SPG or a super if they so choose instead. Just going to go for a frame kill on the Oki. Needs one more hit. Any big hit will close out this set. Shut it down. Grandino fighting for their tournament life.
Oh, one on here. Good block on the super, needs to get a good punish, certainly going to do it with the vortex pulling them in. Da-da-da-da-dun. Opting for the level 1. I like this play because your health is low, the level 2 wouldn't kill, and you've got that bar to work with just in case if things get hairy.
No, dropped! And wow, what a punish there from Robert. The walk forward, avoiding the follow-up, gets the punish, and Robert will take the set 2-1. Final match of top 8 loser side, we have RINO versus Luis Cha, the Hokutomaru mirror. Now, RINO actually entered last week and they made it into top 8 from winner side, but at the same time, they were in KOF 15 TNS grand finals, and that set went on for like 45 minutes. So I had to DQ this bracket, but I'm really glad that we have them here again.
I've got to agree. I really like RINO's playstyle, and again, they were nutty in that KOF bracket. I remember there was a point I was commentating it as we were waiting. But nah, it was fun. It was absolutely fun. But again, it's this one Hokutomaru mirror. This is going to be a matchup of who can stall and who can double jump better than the other player. You saw it right there. Went for the jump in on the air, double jump to make it whiff. And it does appear that RINO does have the better air movement so far. But do keep in mind, it's only been 30 seconds. A lot of leeway to learn.
Yeah, a lot of jumps as well, and a lot of mashes. Big mash there. Starting up the offense. We're seeing the Rev guard used to push Hokutomaru away. Double jump over, couldn't get the anti-air on that standing A. Using the standing A, by the way, as an anti-air tool, it's not as bad as you'd think, especially since it's so low committal. So if you miss time, it's not too bad. Usually able to block in time, or even anti-air.
Wow, super.
Yeah, that reverse super was kind of disgusting.
Yeah. Cannot believe they were ready for that scenario. Knocks him at the sky, easy level 1. Then I'm done. But now we're going for the approach. Gets the jump in, but a good challenge out with the jabs. Catches him with the crouching B. They're backing up. Nice air. Goes for the approach. Super. Knocks you out the sky. And just like that, Luis on the offense. But the tornado catches both sides.
Yeah, the tornado definitely really strong at catching both left and right options and those kinds of mix-ups. So that was a really good recognition to throw out that super as opposed to the other. 2K, again, okay, we're seeing a ton of rev blow at this point. I want to see some run-up throws or maybe some run-up shimmies to see how the opponents react.
Oh, I gotta agree with you. This is a very nice confirm. RINO dumping as much damage as they can. Going back on it, gets the jump in, no hit confirm. Not easy confirming those short hops and aerials where you're going for pressure instead of a confirm. And now we're just trying to keep it cool, sending it the shurikens, waiting for an opportunity to get the kill, double jump to approach, and there's the throw. Very well placed from RINO as they take that round. We're going to get it down to the wire set here, baccpack.
Yeah, absolutely. Right now we are definitely going back and forth, and it helps that it's a mirror match. That adds to the tenseness as well. Stays in, goes for that throw. Now we're seeing a lot of throw represented. That's the 4th one now in 2 rounds, even though the others, some of them were teched previously. Stays in with the EX moves, but gets outspaced and outmashed there in the mirror. Interesting.
Very interesting indeed. And look at the spacing from both sides. Nobody wants to overextend and die, but the projectile represented goes for the approach. Red blow on the red blow. It just does say to double rep it. Interesting. It doesn't take the combo.
You know, what I find interesting about Hokutomaru is that this feels like a character that was made for non-SNK players, and yet there's so many SNK players playing this game, playing this character, I mean.
Yeah.
Do you get the vibe too, or do you think I'm wrong about that?
See, I kind of get what you mean, but SNK players love creativity, and you know, if a character with this type of movement, that's the creativity you need. And RINO up 1-0, one more to go for the fella to knock out Luis.
I usually have tougher opponents.
Ryuki Jackson, Hokutomaru was just made for children. Like, doesn't matter about the player base, just made for children.
Bro, well, and that's one of the players, by the way. That's the Rock. That's the Rock.
Yeah, that's Ryuki, who won their first match of the baccpaBrawl today on the Rock. Knockdown, runs back in. Notice that we're seeing a lot of that reverse rev there. On soft knockdowns, you'll see that to call out specific techs. And then obviously you can use it to block DPs if you time them well enough. Can end with the rev block there, or sorry, the rev blow for the combo. Does a lot of damage, builds a lot of meter as well. And we're going to see the same thing again for the hard knockdown.
Do keep in mind, Red Blow in a combo adds a ton of meter to your meter. So the fact that this character has Red Blow into Red Blow, you guys see that meter build up. I mean, look at it, right? Look at RINO's meter. Almost has 2 bars of meter, and that was only the first round. And the first round only lasted 27 seconds. That goes to show, man. That goes to show how much meter this character can build.
RINO now on set point, by the way. I feel like we should have acknowledged that. We are going to get the EX Bombo here. Cashing out completely so we can end with it. Yes. Perfect. And this right here is why you have SPG up front. If you win that first neutral situation, you can go for a full cash out and then end with your level 2 SPG super.
And this is going to be a good approach. Try to go for the meaty, but a good challenge out from Louise. Not holding that scenario. Jumps in, the short hops represented, gets the throw. We're back to it, has 2 bars of meter. And we're in short hop city. But one on here from RINO. No meter, cash out on. Has to try and keep it cool and look out for one more interaction. Just throwing out the shuriken. Screen space coverage.
Excellent job covering the screen. Stops the approach there with the teleport. And RINO takes the set 2-0.
You get to the scoreboard, by the way. Heading into the next one, we got RINO versus Liquid. It's going to be very interesting indeed. The Hokutomaru versus the Billy Kane. An aggressive character versus a Kane character? I don't know. A zoner? Is he a zoner? Because then he rushes in and I'm like, I don't know what's going on anymore. He's just kind of doing everything, isn't he?
I'm trying to fix the scoreboard. Keep going.
Alright, okay. Goes for the offense. Tries to keep it cool with the rev. Oh, missed out in the anti-air. And that was a very nice connection from RINO. He gets some solid damage. Just like you're putting him in one more 50-50 scenario. Go for the cross-up and unfortunately put yourself in the corner. Liquid looking for an opportunity to approach. Oh, nice from RINO. One more hit. Good rev flow to push him back. Heavy punch being represented. Has to back up. The health is so minuscule. Oh, the air throw. How do you make that read? How do you do it? How do you do it? That is a mad play from RINO.
I can't get it to fix. I don't know why, but whatever. We got RINO on the left. We got Liquid on the right. Ignore the top scoreboard. We'll figure it out at some point. But yeah, so far it looks like RINO was able to take that first round and slowly losing this first out SPG. And we're going to see the super ender there to deny the SPG for the remainder of this round, unless we see a ton of heals.
Ooh. Very nice. Opted for the right side, gets the throw. Sends out the shuriken, goes for the pressure again, gets the throw. Very nice. Did we go for another throw? No, went for the neutral up to try and bait a throw tech attempt, but it didn't happen. Not gonna happen just there. We'll try hold down the neutral. Dare you to approach, and they certainly do. Yeet.
Playing that spacing game right now, trying to chase in the air, but at that point you gotta respect it. Fantastic blocks on the left to right there, but RINO will end up finding that hit. Should be able to aim with a super here, but is it enough? I believe it should be, but no, a pixel in a dream, but was not ready for that JD. RINO will take game number 1.
Looking pretty good for the fella. Could knock out Liquid right here, right now. A bit of a mad one. Oh, the heavy punch. Very nice. Full confirm. Using the rev. Able to get some solid damage. But of course, still in that SPG range. As we know, Hokutomaru, one of the scarier rev blows. But it's gone. That's great. That is great for Liquid's comeback.
Dash in. Finds it with the jab. And once again, ups to the plus frames there. Punish! Ready, but obviously didn't get that follow-up wild punish. This right here should be some good damage. I'd cash out with the level 1 as well. Yep, want to get rid of that last little bit of SPG gauge. Keep in mind that Billy's holding on to that 1 bar right now to represent as a reversal. And with that counter hit start, we might see some big damage, but no, doesn't get that full confirm.
Try to keep it cool now, backing up, nice. Block with that anti-air, goes for the throw, knocks you on your ass, and just like we're back in the offense. Staggering away. Went for the low, well blocked from Liquid, not going to get caught, and that's a very nice whiff punish with the heavy punch, dishing out everything. Should be able to kill with the bar. Gotta utilize it. Smart play from Liquid as they get an immaculate whiff punish to take that round.
Very strong round there shown from Liquid. We'll see if they're able to carry it to take this game number 2, force that game number 3. Right now, definitely trying to fish for air-to-air situations, which can be very difficult against Hokutomaru with so many different aerial options. Outspaces that 2K and dashes in for the throw right afterwards. Big mash.
Oh, indeed. Oh, the sides to keep it cool. Oh, that's a big whiff! And just like RINO, gonna be able to capitalize on a ton of damage. Uses a double red blow. Look at that meter. It's jumped up a large chunk, and even when he's getting thrown here, you see it. That is a lot to work with for, oh, I'm looking at the wrong meter. There's a lot to work with for RINO.
I think we have a shimmy that we're going to see in the near future. Yeah, I saw it. Because Liquid found that back throw earlier with a fuzzy throw, so I wanted to see if RINO would also try to call out that fuzzy throw timing, which they did with the neutral hop. And so Clearly, RINO is also looking for these potential defensive habits, and they are able to take the round.
Okay, but here we go.
Set point.
Set point, yeah. RINO could take it right here, right now, knock out Liquid. But who knows? Liquid's still an immaculate player, won't fall too early just yet. Okay. A little bit of a flex there, a little bit of a, yeah, look what I can do moment. I respect that. Oh, the double jump. Again, such a powerful tool to have access to, but what I confirmed from Liquid,
Still has
denying the
SPG.
offense.
It's not gone just yet. Finds the counter with the shuriken. Dashes in. Throw. Strike throw situation once again. Reacts the SPG with their own. And you don't even need the second one. You can actually just get a full confirm despite being in the air. And this can be a level 2 SPG super. So much damage. And that rev gauge from 93% is going all the way down to 0. Not that it matters much because we might just see a kill. No. Oh my God. The damage was ridiculous. RINO takes the set 2-0. Final match of top 6 losers. We've got CastKenneth on the Kain versus Robert, who's actually making the swap to the Hokutomaru, to the Hotaru from the Hokutomaru.
Now, that's very interesting because you would have noticed earlier when CastKenneth was fighting a Hokutomaru, I had a bit of a problem fighting him, right? It was difficult, right? So it's interesting to see them go like, yeah, let me play Hotaru into this. So maybe there's some previous knowledge between those two, maybe a ton of labbing. But we're already seeing the Hotaru not really performing too well, as CastKenneth already takes the first round pretty dominantly.
Yeah, that was a super strong round from CastKenneth. Bit of a statement. Doing a great job. Wow. Yeah, the neutral right now is just truly phenomenal. And especially against a character like Hotaru, who doesn't really have those kinds of neutral weaknesses. So many strong different options. And CastKenneth making light work of it so far.
Oh, backing up. Try to keep it cool. Nice. Knocks him down. Able to sell the projectile. Oh, what? That usually makes it safe. Yeah, that's messed up. Oh.
Why were you ready for that? That's GOAT. That's my GOAT right there.
It is a flash kick, to be fair.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice. Good blocks. Represents the super of the multi-hit. Able to say a little plus jump over. Just like the wall is going to come into play, but no, pokes away, gets the throw.
Oh, yes. Yes. You're going to hold the throw? Okay. Keep doing that, please.
Hotaru's normal throw, very nice. You know, plants them down, leads to Gudoki. Just gotta do what you want. It's quite brutal. Oh, Jesus. Yo, we're not done. Nice.
Just kicked out of the sky. Such a funny animation. Gets caught with the super there. And we'll still be in that SPG range. Just gonna up back. Goes back to neutral, setting up the fireballs, setting up the setups. What's that special move called? The ball in the air.
Ball in the air.
Ball in the air. Okay, sets up the ball in the air.
He's saying something in German, so like I'm not, you know.
Oh, you're not even gonna attempt it. I respect that.
It's like
when I say in it.
Like
it's just not
the
right.
The projectile's called Schwartz Flame, right? Which I do know how to say, but the other one I'm like, yeah, nah, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna mess that up.
Big damage trap in the corner with that over. He goes to the DP. Just needs one more hit. Oh my God! Playing outside of the range, trying to go for a single aim to the super, but gets caught with a follow up. CastKenneth steals it.
Disrespectful, baccpack. That's disrespect. This man's disrespectful. You're playing as owner and you're taunting.
I think taunting is pretty respectable. Maybe I've just been conditioned by you because you taunt me no matter what. You could lose 5 games in a row and taunt me after throwing me or something.
Yeah, then you get tilted, bro.
And then I'm tilted.
Like, honestly, when you see more taunts, Ryuki, hint, hint.
Oh, the empty low! Unfortunately, didn't get the full bombo there, but still a cool setup nonetheless. Backs off, tries to re-engage. Big Hob should be able to get the jab punish here, and that's exactly what we're going to see. Sets up the floaty air ball, as we've seen time and time again. SPG called out there. I don't even know how.
Nice poking for him, man. Dude, CastKenneth just kind of running away with it. Yeah, this is set point. Looking brutal, looking in charge. And you know, it's not looking easy for Robert. It's just not looking easy for him.
Uh-oh. Got out of the sky. Dash right back in. Finds it with the counter hit. Can go for a cash right here if you so choose. Instead, just going to play for that corner situation. Got a little greedy. Didn't respect the reversal. And so, CastKenneth, wow, just runs under. Back to the mid-screen. What a read. Calls out the run-up from Hokutomaru. By the way, such a fast run, so difficult to deal with. Dashes back in, finds him with the counter, and confirmed to the super. CastKenneth just had a dominating set of matches. Winners finals, we got Ryuki on the rock versus Lokof on the Marco. And Lokof, in the chat at least, or this live stream, has been the people's champ, doing a great job at getting the community on their side. We're seeing their emotes all over. A nice run-up throw there from Ryuki, sets up the cross-up. What? My goat.
I'm in awe.
That's wild. Bro, are you ready? Truly just ready.
If you had the cameras
times.
on, I was just stunned. I was stunned.
Your mouth open, drooling.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whoa.
Nice hit. Confirm into the super. Does it again. This time into the hard knockdown. Has the frame kills ready with a dump. Wow. That's the round.
Hey, that was just confidence personified. That's the only way to put it, man.
Yeah, that right there
offense.
was the real Lokof.
Oh, hey, nice air. Oh, resets into the kicks into that chop.
You know, I
Good
really
block
like
on
that
the
option to
super.
get your opponent to just down back on their landing there. Because they can be caught in the back dash, they can be caught in the up back. And a lot of people don't just want to stand there and allow their opponent to approach during that time. So really interesting option. And Lokof will be taking game number 1 in the blink of an eye.
In a matter of like, what, 30 seconds?
Yeah, that was crazy. That was a bit of a speed run, if you will.
Dude, he is insane. Don't get me wrong, like Ryuki, very solid rock, but he's not getting an opportunity to really show off his stuff. It's like you'll lose one neutral interaction, and then it's just like Marco City. And
Yeah.
he's just defends,
So far, though,
bro.
limited sample size, only one game. But what an amazing game that was from Lokof. Wow, that first JD was kind of ridiculous. Tried to go for the DP, but just gets called out by the SBG, which beat the reversal. That's the situation we were talking about. Same frame kill that we saw earlier. Stays into the -2, goes for the RPS, jumps back in. Went for that jump forward to potentially deal with a wake-up DP. EX. Into the super. Trapped in the corner right now is Lokof.
No, but not anymore. Just defend City. Backing up. Jesus, bro, he's so ready. He's so ready, bro. Call him Daigo.
Oh, didn't even
Lock
recognize that they've used too many EX moves, used too many SPGs, and now both players are in overheat, but it's going to be a 2-bar advantage for Lokof, who's ready for the super anti-air. That is an efficient way to close out a round.
I do keep in mind that fireball is basically the size of a character, so if you're jumping it, it's got to be a clean jump. And in that scenario, that looks like just an easy super punish. Oi, 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 oi. No SPG. Obviously want to hold on to it because that rev is building up. Gets the super. The SPG starting to go low, but you got to go up against that rev blow. Rock has one of the more nastier ones to deal with because of the instant air state he gets put in. You can still throw him, but it's tight.
That is a punish, and it's a big one at that. Lokof goes up 2-0.
My God. Ha! Ooh. He's looking pretty good, man. He's looking pretty good. Oh, you messed up on the super input. Yeah, we're hearing that from Ryuki. Want to go for the shining knuckle, but unfortunately got the raging storm. Such a shame. Such a shame. But you're going up against Lokof. He only needs one more to go. Best of luck to you, big man.
I'm looking at the chat right now, and Ryuki is typing in the chat mid-set, like defending himself from the allegations that they used to play.
I literally just talked about that.
So I might have walked away for like 30 seconds or so, but
My brother.
but I was reading the chat too, and you know I want credit for that.
You know what? Good for you.
Thanks. I'm sorry. Dash in, throw, jumped, avoided. 2Ks.
I was just getting ignored
Into the
today,
plus
bro.
rate.
Not gonna
No,
lie.
I could never ignore you, Panda.
Real.
How could I?
Hey, oh. I don't know, but look at this lock-in from Lokof here. Oh, we're gonna get thrown. Maybe this is the comeback for Ryuki. Baits the DP.
Wow.
Eesh.
What's
Don't
interesting
get
is that
nervous here.
we haven't even seen Lokof represent that DP like at all. And so seeing the bait there and the full punish, obviously really good, but Lokof finds the round anyways. And now Ryuki, this is a must-win round for them to stay in the set.
Why? The Koken representing goes for the dash ups. Another Kyoken. Super on the whiff. went for the Zangetsu, maybe a bit of DP on the wake up. SPG in play, that's a pretty nice scenario.
Wow.
Gets the jump over, beat the fireball. Maybe an accidental play, could have wanted a DP. Wait, makes a ripple whiff. I think this might be it for the poor lads. One more interaction. So yeah.
Ouch.
Oh my god.
Lokof truly just had one of the best sets we've seen in the baccpaBrawl. Absolute domination, beginning to end, and in winners finals against Ryuki nonetheless. Ryuki obviously 5th place at TNS last week, so Lokof on fire.
Heading into loser semis, we're back to that first tattoo format. No more of the extra leeway of learning. It's going to be CastKenneth up against RINO. Obviously, the Hokutomaru versus the Kane. And it does appear, I'm going to say this, CastKenneth had a bit of a gauntlet today, didn't he?
Yeah, definitely. Playing some of the strongest characters in the bracket, some of the strongest players in the bracket, and we're going to see if they're going to earn their spot in Grand Finals. Going to have to get through 2 more Giants to get there.
Not run back, but again, the Hokutomaru gauntlet has certainly been there, and then he's going to have to face the Rock Coward in losers finals if he's able to win here. I mean, you're already off to a good start. This is actually very nice. You've got the bar in the bag, could certainly kill. And gonna let it rip. Smart decision. Don't even let it debate on an OTG setup or anything like that. Or like, oh, let me go for one more 50-50. Get your kills. Confirm them.
Yeah. I respect that. I think going for that kill, even at the cost of some extra resources, definitely worth it. It's not worth the headache looking for one more interaction.
Real.
Jumps over. Plays that. Oh, yep. Gets the plus frames from the jump in and then just slowly walks forward. Finds that throw. Spacing trap for the wild punish. Beats out that jab. And this is looking like a great round here for RINO.
Good jump in. Staggering away. Opts to back up on that throw. And that was a very nice shimmy on that play. Denying CastKenneth any type of lead they could have built afterwards. Big fan of that.
Going to the final round of game number 1. RINO immediately enters the sky, and CastKenneth looking to do it as well. Tries to meet in the sky. JD on that cross up, finds the throw. Jump back in, but mistimes the throw. Gonna be 2+. Players still had that throw and vuln on wake up, and so you definitely got to throw in those delays exactly like that.
Picking up. Good just defend. Just continue to want to push the ground. RINO wants to get in. Good air stalls. Could have been caught by a projectile. Big fan of that. Bit of patience. Goes for the jump in. Gets the low. Decent pickup. And that's allowing for the corner scenario. Good chase on the roll. Gets him on the overhead, but none too mental. Nice air from CastKenneth. So much back and forth is happening right now.
Wow. Finds the opening there. Jumps forward. Hokutomaru wins the air dare. Cross up DP. Ready for it. Finds the confirm. And CastKenneth takes game number 1.
Actually, that's a flash kick.
But you lack strength.
Oh, you know what I mean. Reversal. I use the word DP interchangeably with reversal. Would that not be correct?
Actually, that's a charged input.
Okay.
Yeah, heading into it. Let's continue up that momentum. Let's see how it plays out from here. CastKenneth again. Only needing one more to knock RINO out of this bracket tonight. Oh, and that's a good approach. And do keep in mind, Hokutomaru does not have a DP. That's one side where this character definitely lacks. Does not have that defensive option.
Does have a reversal super though, right?
Does have a reversal super. Every character has that. That's the benefit of this game. Every character does have that. No weaknesses there yet. But against a character like Kane, who can run the corner with some nasty feints and then projectile out if he doesn't like it, that's rough not having a DP.
Oh, wow. Find that counter hit. And even did the feint afterwards. Unfortunately, we're not going to see any kind of confirm. Potentially only confirm you can do with a bar, and CastKenneth just didn't have it at the time. But we are going to see RINO with the full combo into the super for the hard knockdown. Double jumps in, ends with that feint, tries to go for the throw, but CastKenneth ready for it, has the bombo to boot. And that is the round. CastKenneth is on set point.
Very nice. Let's see how it plays out from here. Upstate, back up. Look kind of cool, wait for the opportunity, approaches in, went for a jump in, but that's a nice dodge attack from RINO. Able to get some decent damage, but unfortunately with the rev blow, don't know what that was about. Maybe a combo opportunity that was dropped, but you know, it is what it is. You gotta make plays right after that. We're going for some projectile-like neutral. I'm surprised CastKenneth is not biting into this.
Ooh. Wow, ready for that throw attack on the run up there. Dealing with the shuriken in many different ways. Dashing in. Dude, this is the worst case scenario. When someone baits you into running forward and then they jump over you and put you in the corner, it's the worst feeling in the world. But CastKenneth makes the best of it and finds the hit, does 50%, pushing RINO out of SPG range.
And now we're opting it back up. Looking a bit calm in this scenario. Despite the fact there's 23 seconds left in the clock and not a ton of damage has been dealt throughout the set. RINO is getting to a low point where a clean hit could kill, but they are not dying just yet. Got that confidence with the anti-air. Taking a nice lead on that health deficit.
Oh no, worst case scenario, gets caught in the back throw, now it's anybody's round. Dashes in. Go, but that's it. That is the set. CastKenneth plays out the time wisely, takes it with only 11 seconds left to go. Losers finals, it's CastKenneth versus Ryuki, a run back from the first set that we saw today in winner set.
Ooh, okay, very interesting. Do keep in mind, in that previous set that they played, in winner semis, top 8, it was a clean 2 from Ryuki. They were very confident in this matchup, so I'm kind of curious if anything's going to change with that little bit of warm-up that CastKenneth's been getting, that adrenaline that's pumping through them right now.
Well, I'm seeing some adrenaline, and it's taking form in combos. I'm getting a little amped watching him. Gets the knockdown, chases the jump, stays in, goes to the follow-up, and that sweep is able to be blocked.
Good block. Solid block indeed. Gets a hit confirmed for the shining knuckle,
res.
but not enough for the kill. But we're
No
tied up
HP,
in the
goes
health.
overheat. Any catch? No! CastKenneth said, I'm just going to go for it. I think you're going to die to it. Finds the hit, takes the round. That was a really interesting, like, ending scramble where both players put themselves in overheat to try to steal it.
Very interesting. Also, fun thing about these characters, yeah, I was about to say the aerial EX fireball kind of matches quite nicely with the grounded EX fireball that CastKenneth has on the Kane. It's very fun to watch, but Ryuki, unfortunately, not going to get any reward off of his options so far.
A worst case scenario here for Ryuki, and so CastKenneth will take game number 1, ending on a perfect game.
First to 3 though.
First to 3, yep.
Yeah. A lot of leeway for knowledge, you know. A lot of wiggle room for both sides here.
To be unfulfilled is what drives the starving
Oh,
wolf.
we're letting them rock a wee bit. They're yapping, you know. They yap meisters, they yapping. Also, it's funny, I look at the stream, I see you've got the bar stage, I've got the zoo stage on right now.
I forget
Zoo.
that. Has it been the bar stage every single set today? I actually just don't even pay attention to the stage. I'm so locked in on what the characters are doing. Maybe I should be manually changing the stage all the time. Oh, that's adding more things for me to do on top of the scoreboard management and whatever.
You could just set it at random and make the tunes randomized as well that doesn't use the copyright stuff. I'll teach
The
you.
issue though is some stages look really bad, like have a ton of movement in the background. I want to avoid those at all costs. If you can pick the rotation, then it's definitely worth. But if it's all random, I'd rather just have one stage.
That's fair. That's fair. Don't know if there's anything for that.
It doesn't change the gameplay. The gameplay has been hype all day today, seeing such high level City of the Wolves gameplay. Some of the top competitors that the game has to offer have been entering these baccpaBrawls, and I really appreciate the love that we've seen from the Fatal Fury community.
I gotta agree, definitely getting involved, both for that match, RINO, and the crowd obviously hyping up Lokof, you know. It's fun to watch. It's fun to watch. Oh, good block.
Wow. Whoa, you get the combo off it. Okay, I forget that's the combo extension super. So when you see that, it's probably not the end. Really nice bombo there. And CastKenneth closer to going up 2-0. So consistent with those aerial JDs.
Oh, aye. To be fair, the leeway for doing an aerial just defend is a lot easier than a grounded one, right? So that is the thing. But it does use your rev. It does use a lot more of your rev to do an aerial just defend, compared to the grounded one actually deleting rev. So that's interesting.
You think it's over?
Jumps over in that overheat, and Ryuki has been putting himself in overheat quite a bit. And most of it's just from neutral situations. Obviously, we're seeing a lot of EX options, and it's definitely stacking up. But in this case, Ryuki will absolutely be able to cash out and capitalize off of the meter that they used.
Oh, this is very nice. Done. Raging Storm, beautifully done. And now we're going to rush in. Good air. Jumps in, keep the pressure going with the EXs. Keeping it safe. and they're often just hold on to the space, let CastKenneth do something, but they're not approaching, they're just waiting, biding their time until they can retaliate.
Dash in, throw, overheat once again, by the way. I mean, it just cannot be understated how often Ryuki is going into that overheat. And CastKenneth sitting on that high rev gauge, but still hasn't yet gone to the overheat until now, but it's for the cash out. Should be enough to kill, but no, survives with a pixel.
Guaranteed.
This goes to that meaty fireball, and that will be it. Yeah, it is guaranteed because you cannot JD and deny the chip damage when you are in overheat. Very good catch, Panda.
Aye. In that scenario, it's like you just back up, you read the scenario, chip them out. Again, it's just guaranteed you're good to go. But there is one factor that you gotta think about, which is, does my opponent have a projectile involved super? So that's one thing you gotta think about. I don't think Rock does, and I believe we're backing out because they think it's first to 2. So I'm gonna quickly let them know. Alright. Heading into the third game, CastKenneth only needs one more to knock out Ryuki. Ryuki having a bit of a frustrating run, I like to think, you know, after getting to winners finals. Lokof gave you a hell of a time, and then the person that you bet earlier on the run back is looking to go for a clean 3-0 sweep. So you're in this point where you've got to deny the demons that are on your shoulder. You've got to deny that aggression and wield it, you know? You've got to wield that aggression to make the comeback.
Yeah, I see what you mean. This is a much different story than the first set that we saw between these two players. I think CastKenneth has really come into themselves throughout these matches. They're getting better and better every single time. Maybe they're just getting more comfortable playing on stream. But yeah, I feel like I'm just really seeing what they're all about, and they're doing a great job at it.
Ooh, sending out super. Good pickup from CastKenneth, getting the kill. And just that, it's one more round to go for CastKenneth to take the set and then get that run with Lokof. Again, don't count out Ryuki. If they're able to get in, start solidifying their pressure, who knows, it could be the turnaround, could be the reverse 3-0 of today.
Oh, I'm not sure what that was, the little teabag there on the jump and possibly a super buffer. If it was on hit, but we are going to see a huge combo here for Ryuki, who dashes in after ending the super. The wake-up mash steals Kenneth's turn. And what a button there under the fireball. Counter hit, confirm. We're going to see some damage here, but can you get Rock at the SPG? No, you cannot cross up. Backs off, respects that SPG, respects that reversal, respects that super on wake-up.
Oh, the red blow for the approach. It's something that we got to see a bit more on aggression. We've seen that plenty on defense. It's that Rebel. Rock has one of the scarier ones to mess about with because of that instant aerial state. Yeah, you see it right there. Can bring you right down to R.
Yeah, a lot of people will jump in response to a run-up, and obviously Rock's SPG is made exactly to deny that option, but big hit, big confirm, big round, and a big set there for CastKenneth, who takes it 3-0.
What is he?
Grand finals, it is CastKenneth versus Lokof. Lokof on the Marco has been dominated. We're going to see if they can continue that into CastKenneth's Kain. That's a bit of alliteration.
A little bit. They haven't gone to fight CastKenneth in this bracket at least, so there's a bit of like fresh knowledge coming into this set. So it's going to be very interesting. Of course, Lokof had a ton of knowledge against the other players, so coming into this one, you're wondering how he's going to be playing. Nice. Staggering away. Oh!
Nice RPS is there and ready for the media SPG just for that option. Jumps back in. 80% rev gauge here for CastKenneth, who's been blocking this whole time. And wow, ready for it. Just ready for it.
There's also the fact that when you're an SPG, 10% increased damage.
Yep.
So like, yeah, that might not have killed if he wasn't an SPG. Makes you wonder. Backing up, try to keep it cool. The fireball's definitely a problem for Marco to deal with. Doesn't have an EX fireball like the rest of the cast. His EX fireball.
Look at how unwilling. Look at how unwilling CastKenneth is to engage in these RPS situations. Like, I'm not trying to get DP'd again. And then Lokof just steals another turn, making it great leads.
Shokoken. Oh yeah. This character's so hype, bro. Do it again.
Okay. I think we're seeing some more of the great Lokof that we've seen before. Just continuing the amazing gameplay. Very nice job.
Oh, that's interesting. And the lighting that I've got on my stage, because it's a bit more sunny, you know, because it's a zoo, he actually looks like he's a bit lighter. That's actually dead cool. That the lighting in this like game is actually pretty decent. I thought it was kind of like a shading style at first, but I actually seen that. That's cool. That's cool. Never mind my yappage, but here we go. Back on the offense, gets the throw, and now it appears that Lokof
that's
is the one that's
crazy.
holding it.
That's wild. Just down backing just outside of throw range and then baiting it out. Very nice play there from CastKenneth. That was nice. And Lokof right now trying to fight against the zoning game plan, but Marco has a fireball of their own, so we're going to see how they're able to utilize that. Finds way in with the lariat, tries to dash in, throw. Fantastic tech. CastKenneth forces Marco out once again.
Hey, just look at them, man. Just holding that space. Not letting them approach. Big trade on the fireballs. Represents his own. Not that punishable for a character like Kain. I do believe a character like with a run might be able to do something about that. But good job out to get the kill. Yeah, CastKenneth taking this first round, and it was a confident one as well. Didn't let him really play the game that much.
CastKenneth was able to take that first one. We'll see if they can capitalize, turn this into a 1-1 set. Reminder that CastKenneth is going to have to win 2 first to 3 sets if they do want to take this ahead of Lokof. Lokof only needs 1 because they're coming from that winner's side. So a lot more is expected from CastKenneth if they do want to make this comeback.
Aye, that is indeed true. We're just representing the fireballs. Good job, confirm. Oh, Shokokin gets the overhead. That's a nice confirm. Good feint, keep the pressure going. Dun 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 dun. Fireball, backing up, decide to keep it cool. Goes for the dodge attack twice in a row. Looking for some type of mash out. But Lokof just not getting the opening he wants until he just keeps going, bro.
Pixel and a dream. Wait, dash with, wait, this is happening.
PP.
Now, trade. Rising button for the trade. Lokof 1 round closer to going up 2-0. Still a must-win round here for CastKenneth.
Add a DP. Add a chip wind. Oh, jump in. Good tech in the throw. Lokof representing those fireballs. Tries to get in himself. Try to keep it cool with these fireballs and the feints. No confirm on the light. Decides to back up. Jab, jab, jab. Gets the fireball. Feints the fireball. And we're just going for a bunch of breaks from both sides. Nobody wants to really overextend into the danger zone until CastKenneth does with the bar. We're just poking. Look at this. This is some patient Fatal Fury with
we have
oddly
40
a ton of
seconds left.
aggression.
Both players are still in their Excel SPG.
Oh.
Interesting. They went for the jab punish to pull Marco out of the sky, as opposed to letting them land and then punishing.
Yeah.
Finds it with
The
the
only
overhead.
other interesting thing as well is like they actually had to confirm for that. Like they've been in that scenario before
ready
where
for
they've
it.
accidentally done a jab. Oh god. Yeah, you're dead.
Yep.
Oh, the shuriken! A Lokof backpack, would you believe it? It's up 2-0. The champ.
I do
Looking
believe it. The way they're playing
victorious.
today, I absolutely believe it. Lokof needs 1 more match to close out the bracket.
You hearing this dialogue?
Yeah.
We've got them locks. Here we go. Could be the set map.
Oh, hyper defense. Obviously not going to go for the cancel there, but still an interesting option to see. SPG out of the setup, finds the knockdown, and goes for a side switch.
Nice.
Baited.
What a
And
shimmy.
punished.
Aye, that was an immaculate shimmy. Keeping the pressure going now. Gets the nice break, but no confirm. Rev is fairly high for CastKenneth, so I wonder what's going to be in the back of their mind. Maybe just try and build it up. Oh, but what a punish from Lokof, fighting our way out. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Back on it, man. Look at him go. Goes for the low, well defended, and now a break on that flash kick. Gonna get some good damage.
Yeah, full launch there. Able to close out the round, and CastKenneth needs this.
Yo, Lokof, I need this. Oh,
Knockdown, chases the roll, top of the SPG.
Not quite.
Oh, tries to run him with the overhead. Unfortunately, not going to find it. SPG once again, backs off, re-engages in the plus frames, and Lokof mashes out and confirms into the super, pushing Kenneth out of that SPG range. Jumps over, doesn't find the hit. JD's out of the sky. Why are you ready?
Just is, bro. He's built. He's a different monster. That's right, he gets the throw. Lokof on the wave dash, gets the low, confirm, done. Oh, Shokoken! The damage has been dealt. Now we're going for one more 50-50. Goes down, goes for the throw. Well teched, but that health is in chip range. Oh, just rips it again with the Tatsus. Goes in up, and just like I said, point. This is tournament
point here for Lokof to close out the wondrous run. Dash in with a button into the super, and on hit, obviously get that extra combo. And on block, you're gonna get your turn SPG out of the gap again. Such a good defensive option for Lokof.
Good block. That's a punish. Oriya. Oriya. Oh, Shokoken for the damage. Approaches. Has that SPG in the bag still. So, I mean, some scary meaties could be representing like he was doing earlier. Jab confirm. Still jabbing away. But what a challenge with the crouching heavy punch. Allowing CastKenneth to live a little bit longer in the set. And may potentially steal a match.
With only one bar, I'm not sure if it's going to be enough. I don't believe so. Lokof has one more opportunity to take the tournament right here, right now. That's going to be off the screen. Won't connect. EX Super from downtown takes it. Lokof is your baccpaBrawl number 4 champion for Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves. What good games. Lokof played phenomenally today.